Whoever you are, you better stop playing small. Whoever you're dating, you better stop letting them shrink you. You better stop chasing them. You better take your power back. You better pack a bag. I don't know who got you twisted up in a knot, all up in a pretzel, up in your feelings, making you feel like you are trapped and you just don't even know how you got where you got. But you will get up out of this situation. Yes, you will. You are so divinely protected. Yes, you can keep going down this road, but the way up out of here to the better life that is planned for you, that has been planned all along, is not going to keep opening up. Do not take the long way. We've already spent long enough focused on this relationship or this person that likes to cut and run and just do whatever the heck. That is not fair to you, and you deserve to be around people that are forthright, they're honest, they're in your face like, yeah, I meant what I said and I stand on it. You deserve to be around people that are like that are honest, that have integrity. And that is exactly what you're going to start getting, because you are ready for something different. You are going to bounce. You are going to skedaddle. You are going to leave. You are going to go where you are wanted. But it's been a little bit confusing because you've been going through so much evolution. I feel like this year has been very transformative for you, really getting down to the bottom of what you truly deserve in this life. Seriously. And because you are such a rare being, and this is such a specific message, that has not been easy for you to channel or for you to figure out. I've had my heart ripped out so many times, like too many times to count. And there were so many times that I gave up on love. But one time I announced it. I was like, I'm telling the whole world on social media that I will never date again. I will never, ever, ever. Like, I'm done. Like, I couldn't take any more. I never felt like I was good enough to be with any of the people that I was dating, and it was horrible. I felt like it made me feel dirty and gross and like incompetent and just it made me feel worthless. Whatever this is that is making you feel worthless, you better throw it in the trash can, as hard as that is, because sometimes we cannot see the big picture of what God has for us. And I'm telling you right now that if you think that this is mediocre, kind of okay, or the love of your life, God has something way better planned. I look at all my exes and I'm like, that's what I planned for myself? Amazing. God has something way better planned. Trust me. Whatever this is, where we think it's the end all be all, whatever this is, where we're like, oh my gosh, I put all my eggs in this basket. This has to be it. And to hear and to see the proof of that it's not is devastating. But it's going to get better. I want you to affirm this below. This is temporary. This is temporary. It's going to get better. It can only go up from here. And as you are walking away, the scales are balancing. You're taking your sword and you're like waving it around. I'm never going to get got again. I'm never going to be bamboozled. I'm never going to chase again. You are going to move on. And it's easier said than done, but you are going to have the help of God. You are going to have the help of the divine. You're not going to run and cry in a corner. I mean, you can, because it's painful. But at the same time, you're going to have God's assistance. You're going to have your spirit team's assistance. As you're walking away, three things are going to unfold for you. So remember, this is specific. If you've been dealing with a relationship where you feel powerless, the first thing that's going to happen is love is going to walk through the door in some form or fashion. Love that you need, comfort that you need, where someone is honest And you don't have to worry about fidelity. You don't have to worry about where they're going or where they've been or what they're up to. You don't have to worry about that at all. And it's going to show you why nothing before that worked. The second thing that's going to happen is that you are going to start going with the flow. And that is what God has been trying to teach some of us all along. You're not going with the flow. You're forcing it. You're trying to make this thing the thing, and it's not the thing. I have a bigger thing going on, and you're just like, no, this is the thing. This is the thing. And you're like holding on to it like a toy. God's like, no, stop. So you're going to start going with the flow. You're going to go in a completely different direction. And this is going to be your new life's journey. Ooh, I'm hearing ringing in my ears. The third thing that's going to happen is your money is going to change. Sudden wealth. Your money is going to increase. You are going to feel more accomplished. Why? Because you're not around people that are draining it out of you. When we are around the wrong people and we are in the wrong environments, but we can't see that, it starts to drain us. And it starts to make us feel miserable and unworthy and not good enough. And that's just not going to suffice. You have to know how amazing you are. There are other people in this world. Okay, the world's a real big place. So there's plenty of people. There's plenty of fish. There's plenty of money. There's plenty of things. But you're focused on this one thing, not realizing that that is a form of scarcity. This is not a conspiracy either, even though it feels like it is. Well, why is it working for everybody else, but it's not working for me? Why is everybody else in love, but it's not happening for me? Why is everybody else successful, but it's not happening for me? I know you feel stuck. I know you feel challenged. I know you feel blocked. I know you feel over it, but you are almost there. You are almost there. Keep your grace. And remember that you have expertise in many different things. You are an expert. You are a teacher. You are confident. You are ferocious. You are galactically attractive. And anyone playing that down, anyone trying to make you feel this small, anyone trying to act like it's not that big a deal what you do, they're not the people you're supposed to be around. That is not your tribe. That is not your person. That is not your union. It is not. They need to know who they're talking to, and they better kneel. You are royal, and you're going to start remembering that. Let's see what else you are supposed to know this at this time, because you feel tired for how much you've applied yourself. You feel like, why am I on this detour? Why do I feel like everything's being derailed? Like, what is going on? I thought this was the path that God wanted me on. And now you're realizing that maybe it was the path for a time. Maybe this path was temporary. Maybe this person was temporary. Maybe they're karmic. Maybe they're a narcissist. Whatever it is, you're realizing like, oh, I was supposed to drop this ball. I was supposed to not put all of my eggs in this basket. But balance is being restored. Have compassion for yourself. You are capable of many things. And one of the things that you're capable of is alleviating the suffering of others. And if you got some people around you that act like you ain't doing that, let them kick rocks. Okay? Let them kick rocks. Keep it classy. Keep it cute. You do not depend on them for anything. You rely on God. Protection. God is trying to show you right now that you're spiritually protected. Sometimes we get so in our own way or so in our own head that we don't even see that we didn't pray about it. We didn't even ask. We didn't ask for help. We just thought like, no, this is the plan. I'm hyper focused on the plan and that's just what it is. And that's my person and I know that it is. You know what it reminds me of? Amy Winehouse and Blake. Okay, if anyone knows the story about Amy Winehouse and Blake, you know that she was just like alone and broken and just like, no, that's my person. That is an example. I mean, it's a drastic example. May she rest in peace. I freaking love Amy Winehouse. But It's an example of us chasing something that, like, we know is no good. But when she was broken up with Blake, she got her Grammys making those songs. The whole Back to Black album. I go back to black and you go back to her. It feels extreme because something amazing is going to come out of it. A song, an album, abundance, all of these amazing things are going to come out of this pain because you are going to transmute it. You are going to glow up so hard. I wish that you could see that right now. I know it's hard to see because right now you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to walk away and be carried out of here. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing that this thing that I invested in, or that I told everybody was going to be a thing or going to work out, that isn't a thing. It's like you want so badly to solidify this, but there's for some reason it's not working out. There is a reason that you're not having as much success here, or you're not feeling in love, or you feel like you got to mow somebody down to love you or to pay attention. We have scarcity. We are having to look at the scarcity, our self-limiting beliefs. Oh, yeah, I was focused on Blake and I thought he was the only person for me. God's like, no, there is so much better. Are we going to let this person, situation, or environment tank us, bring us all the way down? Or are we going to get it up out of the freaking mud like we always do? Affirm it below. I'm going to get it up out of the mud like I always do. I am taking my power back. Level up. Which is funny that she's carrying this machete, because did I not say you're going to snatch your sword from underneath these scales and you are going to restore order. You are going to restore balance. But you sometimes got to be so sick of your own ish to do so. You're going to call out your self-limiting beliefs. Like, yeah, I guess that was kind of small of me to think that there was just this one thing and I got more than one thing. You got way more than one thing. You deserve to be around people that see the beauty in you. You don't have to second guess it, ever. You could have hair cocked to the side, crap all over your shirt, and they see just you. Just you. They don't see anybody else in the room. They don't care about anybody else in the room. You deserve to be around people like that. You deserve to have a love like that. You deserve to be the main attraction. You deserve to be put up on a pedestal. Like, you need to know how beautiful you are. And wherever you are not feeling beautiful, wherever you are not feeling valued, wherever you feel like you gotta constantly switch it up and change it and be something else to please others, is you dimming your light, and you are going to face this fear. You're going to face this fear that you are never alone. Another illustration of a caged bird. This was you in the beginning of the message. Not even realizing that you were in there. This is you like, oh, wait, I'm getting the frick up out of here. And look at you now. You're gone. You're going to lick your wounds over there. And these people, places, and things, there is a storm that is going to take place around them. And they are going to never forget the day that they treated you however they treated you. You are going to have a pretty woman moment. You are going to be vindicated. Where you get to walk into the store, bags in hand, and they're like, excuse me, how can I help you? You're like, oh, you remember me? I came in here yesterday and you would have waited on me. They're like, what? She's like, you work on commission, right? Big mistake. Huge. I have to go shopping now. Remember who you are. Remember, just like Julia Roberts, like, oh no, this is just, I'm just going to be on Hollywood Boulevard and that's just as big as my life will go. And then she saw, there is more out there. Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I chasing crumbs? We are done chasing crumbs. Sometimes when we amp something or wind something or put so much life and love and focus and attention, we don't even realize it's a crumb. We don't even realize that we've been breathing life into a dusty, a chooch, a narcissist. And then we're tired and we're drained and we're just like depleted. Nope. This obstacle, you walking away from this feels like an obstacle because it feels like a piece of your heart is just being broken. But I promise you, if this is your message, whatever God has in store for you is way better. When I went through the worst times in my addiction and I went through the worst parts of my toxic relationships, I thought, this is all I can get. This is all I'll ever get. And I still won't feel worthy. I still won't feel good enough. And I told God, I'm done. I'll never love again. I will never. 1444 on my clock. I will never. Like, I'm good. That is when God brought me my soulmate. And it shook everything I thought I knew. I would have never foreseen that for my life. I was going to pick this Dusty, this dummy. I was going to pick all these other dummies. And God was like, I've got something way better. But I'm glad that you gave up. I'm glad that you detached. I'm glad that you released it because I've got something better. And you deserve it. You deserve to be around people that make you shine. You deserve to be around people where you feel like you're in your sovereignty. You know when you've had like crappy friends and then you have a good friend that they just see you as this incredible person. They're not jealous. They're not envious. You guys are always like the same person or going through the same things. So you could either have a friend like that or a lover like that. But either way, we've all had maybe one person in our life that has truly valued us despite what we were going through and were there for us in our ups and downs. Hopefully we've at least had one person. And you deserve to have an army of people like that, a nation of people like that. People everywhere that treat you like the queen or king that you are. All right, now you feel wounded, you feel deceived. This is all happening for your radical rebirth. It is time to accept the fact that you are bigger than what this is, what you've been building, what you've been working. You're bigger than that. This requires growth. For you to see that you are of royal birth, that you do have greatness in your DNA. So this is like you meeting new people and they're like, oh my gosh, you didn't know that like you're a whole royal being, and you're like, huh? You're not used to being around people that treat you as this. Sometimes we just get numb to the fact that we get treated like garbage. You are also being shown where you need to speak up. And I feel like this is specific to your connection to God, your connection to the divine. Somewhere along the lines, it got lost in translation or lost in the shuffle that you don't maybe ask for things like you should when you don't fear God like most do. So you need to remember, like, God, I am grateful for this, this, and that. And I feel like you could have a whole list of things that you're grateful for. But maybe you have a little bit too much pride with the things that you don't ask God for. And I don't care how specific it is. If you guys have been with me a while, then you know how specific I get with God. And even I forget to ask for things that I need. So whether it's help with your rent, a roof over your head, help with a promotion, I don't care what it is. God is our parent. God loves us. The divine loves us. So it's not too much to ask. God has a bigger vision for you than what you have for yourself. It doesn't matter what you've been working on tirelessly, where you've been working your fingers to the bone. Really think about where you have been chasing something, and if it was for you, why would you even be chasing it? That is not your destiny. What is for you well, what? It will never miss you. And God wants to show us that there is something much bigger in store. But sometimes our brains cannot compute what the frick that could even be. Before I met my soulmate, I would have never believed it. I couldn't have computed it. My brain didn't even go like, what? None of those numbers were going to math. It wouldn't have made sense to me. But things will differ from your usual type because it's God's plan. You have a cosmic blueprint. You need to use that voice that you ferociously be speaking out of all types of octaves. You need to use that voice for your prayers, for your connection with God. Like, God, I thought I had it figured out. I don't. I'm about to give up. What do I even do now? Please give me a sign. Sometimes we don't ask for enough signs or enough synchronicities or enough prayer or enough protection. Think about how many times you've been protected with the wrong person, but your body was rejecting them, your health was declining, your light was dimming. It is time to ask for what you want and to see where you are resisting change, resisting a better life. You are done resisting a better life. You're going to let God play out the bigger picture. So some of your shadow work could be where your pride is, where you don't say as much to the divine because you're like, oh, I'm older now. I should be more wise. I should have it figured out. Again, it doesn't matter how much our heart is set on one plan. God's plan could be completely different. And just because you maybe haven't been plucked up out of the situation doesn't mean there's not a lesson to learn. So you can really appreciate what is coming in for you. If I hadn't been in many toxic relationships, and I mean many, say it with me, bestie, several, I would have never realized like this person in front of me is an amazing person. They're a good person. They're kind and they love me unconditionally. You need to get tossed around a little bit. Now, I'm not saying that it's fun, but sometimes we really need that so we can appreciate what we have. I've been hungry, I've been without, I've been homeless, I've been through addiction, I've been through many things. A lot of you guys already know, but I know what I'm grateful for now because I went without as a child. You guys have been through things that most couldn't fathom. They couldn't walk a day in your shoes. You better remember who you are. You better get your head out of your ass and push your pride to the side and say, you know what, I probably don't got this figured out. Let me pray. Let me take a step back. Let me stop being hyper fixated and hyper focused on this one thing that I just need it to work out. It's the desperation that we're sprinkling on top of things. It's the us being in denial a little bit. So again, whatever is for you, you will never have to mow down. You will never have to call them 50 times and wonder where they're at. You will never have to track their location. You will never have to do that. You just won't, because you will be telepathically connected. I don't know if that's the word, but it sounds good, and you guys know what I'm saying. So let's see if you guys have any other advice. I got a message, or I channeled a message about a portal opening up, and so that could be what you feel like is opening. Like something big is happening, but I don't know exactly what it is. Yeah, confirmation. Your intuition. Your intuition is telling you like you're not ready. Like you feel like you're supposed to be doing some busy work or some fake busy work, but you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing because I don't feel like this is it. I feel like it's wrong, but you don't know why it's wrong. There is a portal opening up and you need to have your hands free to be able to walk through this. Where do you feel like you're tied? Or where do you feel like if you had to walk through this portal or this timeline, like these people wouldn't go with you? Have you been seeing angel number 222, 1111, 111, or a lot of 4s? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, it reminds me of that show I was telling you guys about where they say the timeline that opens, or the portal, the way out only opens once. This way out is going to open once. So it's like you know that you're supposed to be dropping different things to be ready for whatever this is. God wants you to experience more joy. And so you need to make room for that. Where in your life are you not making room for joy? I'm even guilty of this. You guys know. A lot of us in this economy, we're workaholics and we just like try to work like a machine. You need to remember, we need to remember that you are the glitch in the system. And you probably already don't like being told what to do or like authority, but we need to let more joy and peace into our lives because that is priceless. That cannot be bought. All right, you guys. Let me know what angel numbers you guys are seeing in the comments. Remember that you have a decision to make. You can keep going down the road that you're going down in this relationship, this situation, this circumstance, and keep feeling like you're reaching dead ends or all these complications. Or you can go down the road that you've never been down, which is doing the complete opposite of what you've been doing. Remember that you are divinely favored. You are precious. You are easily motivated. You are the life of the party. You are kind. You are powerful. You are strength, and you have wise judgment. Use your spiritual insight and remember to connect with the divine. Take the time for that. Don't forget to smash the you know what, hit the bell, do all the things you guys already know, and I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Bye, guys.